absolutely nothing, what's your excuse? Hey, welcome back to Sound Returns. I'm Drew, and this is where music meets money, and both make sense. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson didn't grow up with privilege, connections, or even a safety net. He started with survival. Raised in South Jamaica, Queens, 50 Cent saw his mother get murdered when he was only 8 years old. He then was raised by his grandparents and the streets. And being on the streets, he grew up with street economics. And early on, he learned that opportunity wasn't something that you waited for. It was something that you went out and you created yourself. But by his early 20s, he's living out those consequences of street economics after he was drug dealing, thrown in jail, and shot 9 times. Most people wouldn't survive that moment physically, let alone mentally. After the shooting, 50 was dropped by his label and blackballed by the industry. He then fled up to Canada and started recording relentlessly and working on his craft. He turned rejection into leverage. And instead of waiting up permission, he started flooding the streets with all of his mixtapes. And one of those mixtapes ended up in the hands of Eminem and Dr. Dre. And once they heard him and saw him, they signed him immediately to Shady Aftermath Records. And 50's debut album, Get Rich or Die Trying, went 9 times platinum, making him a global superstar. But not because it was polished, it was because it was authentic. 50 Cent didn't sell aspiration, he sold reality. But music was never his endgame. In 2004, 50 Cent took an equity stake in Vitamin Water instead of a traditional endorsement deal. And when Coca-Cola acquired Vitamin Water in 2007, 50 Cent reportedly made over $100 million after taxes. And then came the fall. Years later in 2015, 50 Cent had a high-profile bankruptcy. Headlines screamed failure, but what they missed was normal business strategy. The bankruptcy filing protected his future earnings while he took care of his current expenditures. And just like before, 50 used the reset as fuel to go forward. And when he returned, it wasn't as a rapper, it was as a producer and a media executive. And it wasn't long until we had the #1 hit show on Stars called Power. This ended up being one of the most successful cable shows in its period. And most recently, if you haven't heard, he's delivered the #1 smash on Netflix, Sean Combs' The Reckoning. Once again proving that relevance isn't accidental, it's built. 50 Cent's career is not a straight line. It's a case study in reinvention, leverage, and relentless self-belief. And here's this week's financial lesson. 50 Cent can teach us something that most personal finance books don't. Hustle is necessary, but it's not sufficient. Early in life, we have to hustle to survive. But long-term wealth is built by ownership, equity, and control. And that's the idea for 2026. Start with that 50 cents and turn it into $1. And remember, markets don't reward excuses, they reward execution. So here's this week's actionable takeaways. Put on Get Rich or Die Trying and do these 4 things now. #1, just get started, even if it's a small move. You don't need a perfect plan, you just need to get some momentum. All you need to do is identify one small financial move. That could be increasing a retirement plan contribution, eliminating a fee, opening a new account, or learning a new skill. And #2, trade your time for a skill, and then skill for leverage. 50 didn't just learn how to rap. He learned branding, negotiating, and producing. So ask yourself, what skill am I learning right now this year that can compound my earning potential? #3, choose equity over applause. Likes, followers, and fancy titles don't pay dividends. Ownership does. So look for opportunities where your efforts build long-term value, not short-term praise. And #4, don't fear the reset. Bankruptcy didn't end 50's career, it only repositioned it. If something isn't working, reset it intentionally. Adjust, protect the future, and keep moving. 50 Cent didn't wait for opportunity, he manufactured it. He turned setbacks into leverage and hustle into ownership. And that's the mindset that 2026 demands of you. If this helped make money make sense for you, Tune in every week to Sound Returns, where we had music legends teaching money lessons. I'll see you next week.